Right, hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, I'm going to do it's not a massively different video, but regarding the films I reviewed recently, it is quite weird. So, I think my last review was Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which is like this ultra-violent revenge thriller. And now I'm going to go on to Lost in Translation, which is like a romantic comedy. And the reason for this is, I watched this really recently, about a week ago, and I would now say it's like in my top 5 films ever. It was so good. I've seen it 3 times so far. And it was just amazing in every single way. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about 2 other films, I think later on today, that I've also watched within this week, which were just amazing, and that's Dazed and Confused and Audition. So yeah, Lost in Translation is a romantic comedy directed and written by Sofia Coppola, who, if you don't know, is the daughter of the Godfather's director, Francis Ford Coppola. And that means that they've both won Oscars now, because she won an Oscar for writing this film, and she also got nominated for directing it, and also for the Best Picture. So there was a lot of Oscar buzz at the time regarding this film. It was in Tarantino's like 20 favourite films and stuff. So I watched it, and my expectations weren't massively high. I know it had like a good Rotten Tomatoes score, and it got a lot of good reviews. But I didn't know if I'd like it, considering my last review was a revenge thriller. But I watched this, and it was amazing. It had such a great story, and these 2 characters are like my favourite. Like, in films where you kind of watch them and maybe they have really bad chemistry or a relationship you just don't care about. Well, in this one, it was like the best one they could have done, and it was like a really weird kind of relationship, because one of them was like, I think, nearly triple her age, but for some reason you really did care about them, and I think that was down to the writing, the acting, and everything just worked together so well. The music, the different scenes, there were so many great scenes in this film, but really funny ones too. There was a scene right near the start where Bill Murray's doing like a whiskey advert. He's like a faded movie star, and he's doing a whiskey advert, and this guy's like talking to him loads in Japanese and for like ages, and then the woman just translates it in like 3 words, and it's just so funny, that scene. And there's other scenes in it where actors in the background start laughing when they shouldn't have been, and Bill Murray kind of picks up on it, and it was just so funny to see. Like, there was this one scene where this Japanese lady's like talking to Bill Murray. In the background in the hospital, there's these 2 women like trying to cover their faces because they're laughing, and that scene was just hilarious. So this film had literally everything in it that you wanted to. It was just amazing. It had great music as well, just a great soundtrack, and it did have really sad parts in it, especially towards the end of the film. And I feel like this and Notting Hill had kind of the same type of ending, where someone was going to move away. That's kind of how most of these films end, where someone's going to move away, and then obviously in Notting Hill they get together. But in this one, you don't really know. And that's one of the best parts about this film, is the ending is ambiguous. And if you've seen my channel for a long time, you'll know that I do like ambiguous endings. They're like my favourite endings because it's just open to interpretation. You can talk about them and it's just better. And this one is quite ambiguous. The reason for it is, right before Bill Murray leaves Scarlett Johansson, they both hug and he whispers something in her ear, and you can't tell what it is. You can pick up like the last 3 words. And nobody knows what they said. Not the writer, not the director, same person. Nobody knows apart from these 2 actors. And that's how it ends, and you have no idea what's happened. They both seem happy with it, but again, there's so many theories, like random theories as well, like it's time travel and that's his future husband and he's going back in time and stuff. It's really weird, but basically the way I interpret it is that they're not going to let this, like, him moving away going to change it. So yeah, this film was just amazing in every single way. If you haven't seen Lost in Translation, you might not like it. Like, if you've seen the videos I review, they're quite different to this film, and I did really like this film. It's one of my favourite ones. You should definitely watch it. Even if you don't like these type of films, it is amazing. So, yeah, that's my review of Lost in Translation. I'm going to do, I think, 2 others today as well, which is Audition and Dazed and Confused, as I said before. And those are 2 other amazing films. So, yeah, on like the scale of like awful to amazing, this would obviously be amazing. So, yeah, if you haven't seen Lost in Translation, go and check it out. Comment if you have seen it. Tell me what you thought about it. And like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video.